You want to know the simplest way to make sure you ascend, expand, reach the Judaic, the Islamic, the Christian, the ascension, the New Jerusalem, the coming of the Meshuggah, the ascension. The simplest way, you want to cut through, you don't need to know all the details, you don't need to become a wizard, you don't need to learn all the super techniques in the world, you don't need to learn the 10 steps to ascension, the 10 steps to success that's a real spiritual life, fancy breathing, Vipassana, Buddhist, Zen meditation. You don't need to learn any of that, yoga. Ready? Be kind. Be nice. Jesus reduced it. He said, love your God and love one another. Now, he probably said also love yourself in there, but that was perhaps taken out at the Council of Nicaea in 333 AD, whenever it was, in order for religionism and churchianity to get started. But the simplest way is to be kind. To all things, ahimsa, nonviolence. First, let's take the doctor oath, the Hippocratic, hopefully not the hypocritical oath, but the Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. But that's in the negative way. Do no harm. The 10 Commandments are from Egypt, but they were from the negative affirmations of Mott. There were 42 of them, and they were reduced to 10. But before even the negative affirmations of Mott, there were the positive affirmations. So be kind is a positive, meaning what to do, not thou shalt not, not denial. Denial is a no. Affirmation is a yes. That's why real teachers will say things like, you take one step towards me, I take 3 towards you. You say yes, I say yes, yes, yes. It's expansion, inclusion, be kind. Be in kind is the deeper. Meaning if you say no, then I also, the universe says, the Tao, the Master, the Avatar, echo, no, no, no. It's just a giant reflection. So that's the simplest way. Be kind. Cut through all the bullshit. Cut through all the learning, the highfalutin scripture. Trying to figure it out in detail. Nothing wrong with jnana yoga, mental yoga, discernment, but not everyone likes that. These dogs don't like that. Allie and Bentley over here, they're not into jnana yoga, they're into karma yoga at the moment, meaning using the body. Action. On to the topic. There's a huge, deep addiction to worry. You could say we're all addicted to worry. Worry and hurry. We're addicted to worry and hurry. The only reason we have traffic driving by, which is the only drawback with this property, is because we think we need to go and be busy. Busyness, business. Business spells busyness. There's a hint. The angels of language have dropped the hints everywhere. It's a holographic universe, so how can the hints not be everywhere? It's a fractal holographic universe, meaning the microcosm reflects the macrocosm reflects the microcosm, so everything has its teaching in it. Like teachers, real teachers would say, you can learn everything from watching the wind and water, because it contains all the secrets of the universe. The way water moves, the way wind moves. So anywhere you are, it can all be revealed to you. It's just our belief system of morphic fields that say, here at Chartres Cathedral, there's the Holy Labyrinth, and that will awaken me. If you believe that, so it will. If you believe you'll get it by eating the bacon cheeseburger at Jack in the Box, I'm serious now. You'll get it. We determine it ourselves. Now, there are beings interested in collective civilizational management, controlling the collective consciousness. Television is largely an instrument, 80%, the 80-20 rule, for mind control. There's 20% good stuff. Actually, more and more now. We're taking our power back. Less and less people watch regular TV with commercials. We don't. We have Netflix and Hulu or whatever. Not Hulu, but Stars and Amazon Prime. So we choose what we want to watch. And I haven't watched commercials. I mean, and then occasionally on YouTube we'll watch the news to see what's up. To take a there's nothing wrong denying it. Sometimes I remember times in my life when I would pick up the television and go, I hate this fucking thing. I'd put it in the closet, but it'd sit in there for a week, and then I'd get addicted and go haul it back out again. There are beings interested, and there's a lot of civilization management, you could say, or mind control of the collective mass consciousness. Done through movies, too. And it's not that everyone's in on it. The vast, vast majority, for instance, the UFO, quote, cover-ups, that, people say the government is hiding the UFOs. No. Vast, vast majority, 97% or more, of all government people and NASA employees and so forth, are completely honest. That's all they know. It's on a need not to know basis, compartmentalization. It's not that there's this giant overt conspiracy. We're only able to start seeing what we're ready to see. No wisdom, no insight, no larger layer of the onion until we're ready. But one of the programs that's been put into people to keep us from seeing the larger picture, and now, not to blame, again, I'm quoting St. Mick Jagger when he sings in Sympathy for the Devil, after all, who killed the Kennedys? After all, it was you and me. Meaning the collective mass unconsciousness is what allows for the obfuscation of a secret space program that's been going on since the 30s. The Nazis started it, and then we imported all the Nazis with Operation Paperclip and got rid of our own people that had started it, like, what was his name, Jack Parsons, who started Jet Propulsion Laboratories. We got rid of him. We blew him up because he was too far into the esoteric occult stuff. And we wanted Nazi scientists, so we put Werner von Braun and Hans Ober in charge of NASA. They used to work for Hitler. This is all fact. It's easy to look up, but the collective, we're not ready to see it until we are. That's why masters like Yogananda will say, why it is so, you will know when you will know. When you're ready to see it, otherwise it's blind. It's like denial. It's like Harvey Weinstein. It's little Susie getting molested in the basement by Grandpa, but no one wants to face the fact that it's going on. So the collective denial allows it to keep happening. Pedophile priests, pick whatever, the Clinton Foundation getting off with millions and millions of dollars. The Bushes hiding the stuff that the head of the CIA that they did. It's cabals versus people that want openness. It's not the dual game of Republicans and Democrats. You're hooked. You're being played. You're being divided and conquered. But we're only ready to see when we are. Before that, we literally can't see it. It could happen in front of us. I've been around people. It happened to me at first. First time a UFO appeared in a canyon for me, up in northern Arizona in East Clear Creek, up on the Mogollon Rim. My friend who was with me, who had seen them many times before, He stayed fully conscious. All I was aware of was I saw something in my mind's eye that floated out over the canyon. Looked like a Pleiadian beam ship, or, actually one of those pictures that Billy Meyer has in the X-Files posters. I know some of you are going to think that's nutty. But that which we can't, everything which is too far outside our ability to perceive yet will appear as either magic or crazy. Miracles are completely natural. Everything's made of energy. How could you not coalesce energy? Einstein debunked that instantly. E equals mc squared. Energy and matter are interchangeable. Shiva dances on the equal sign. God goes back and forth. Look at a tree. A tree is magic. It creates solid stuff from sunlight. There's not enough minerals in the soil for it to create that. Photosynthesis is magic. It happens all the time. Everyone rushes by because they're hurried and worried and doesn't notice. We're running off to be busy all day. So we can't really blame the trilateral, whatever you believe in, the cabals, the evil Illuminati, this and that and the other. Okay, true. But they're only there, after all, who killed the Kennedys. After all, it was you and me. We weren't ready for that brighter light. Young Apollo is sacrificed again in the form of John F. Kennedy. We're not ready for that bright light. We're not ready for freedom. You can't handle the truth. You can't handle free energy until we can. Later, I would have full-on daytime UFO sightings and stay totally conscious. But the first time, it was too much for my collective programmed belief systems. And I just saw it in my mind's eye. When I came back, I realized I'd been gone for like 5 minutes, blanked out, missing time. I looked at my friend, and he was very smart. He doesn't volunteer anything. I said, I had to bring it up. There was a UFO up there, wasn't there? And he said, yes. I could tell. That was the opening for me. But he wasn't going to shove it down my throat. We have to come to these things ourselves. We have to be ready and wanting. Ready to hear, ready to see. For those with eyes to hear, eyes to see, and ears to hear. Eyes to hear, and ears to see. So, in the meantime, we're subject to being addicted and programmed to a big one, which is worry, stress. And sweat and toil shalt thou earn thy bread, thou lowly sinner. The early bird gets the worm. Must work hard. It's true. It's better than sloth. It's better to join the army and get a backbone than be on heroin. Those who don't have self-discipline need outer discipline. If you don't have self-presence, self-awareness, you will need outer controls. How many people today need outer laws? We need laws. We need cops. We need armies. Or it wouldn't be here. We're not ready for free energy. We want to work, stress, be busy, busy, busy with our minds, stressing and filling our days with shit to do, so that we cannot be still and know that I am God. It's too scary. It's scary for me right now. I'm going through a whole nother level of awakening, and it's manifesting in some physical issues. And I'm feeling terror, existential terror, deep fear, mortality stuff. And surrendering into that, face it, feel it, free it. Face it, feel it, free it. Come on, guys. Sorry, if you had earphones on, that might have woken you up. We're addicted to worry. That's a program that's programmed into the masses. Alarm clocks, sirens going by. Those are all fight or flight Pavlovian bells that are used on humans. So there's really, to face this inner fear addiction, this inner addicted to worry, addicted to stress, has to be done at some point. You have to face it. If you're an alcoholic, at some point, if you're a heroin addict, you have to face it at some point. Whatever that monster is that's driving the addiction. Our collective addiction to hurrying to our deaths. In my book, Listening to the Sun, on Amazon, check it out. It's been selling pretty well for a number of years now, because it's really timeless. It's stuff that's not topical, except forever topical. One of the chapters is called Hurrying to Our Deaths, where I describe this. How our civilization is literally stand on a bridge, watch the cars go out in the morning, hurrying off, getting their highs with coffee and whatever, so they can be good worker bees. See, coffee and alcohol are sanctioned by the state. We're just getting a crack now on marijuana and other mind awakening drugs. If not misused, marijuana can be misused, anything can be misused, Wheatgrass juice can be misused. You can do too much of it and intoxify yourself. But so those interested in keeping the people in a hurried and worried worker bee slave bot state, they want you to do coffee and alcohol. Coffee to get moving so that you're on speed, basically. And alcohol to sedate you after you finish your work shift so that you don't think too much about it. And then plop yourself in front of the programming of television. So currently one of them is addicted to worry. And it's very deep. And especially you mix the worry with love. Like for mothers and fathers, or, duty. The famous Elizabeth Taylor, when she was helping AMFAR, when AIDS first surfaced in the 80s, at a public, which she's talking about it, she said, well, I wouldn't be human if I didn't worry myself to death about it. I wouldn't be human, i.e. I would be a bad person, if I didn't worry myself to death about it. Huge Freudian slip. Contrast that to a master like Jesus, Jeshua, Ben David, or Sai Baba, or Babaji, or whoever you want to pick, Buddha, and thousands of saints. When they come to Jesus, all freaked out, and go, Master, Lazarus is dead. What are we going to do? He died. They're pulling their hair out. They're worried. They're hurried and worried. What does a master do? A Christ, an avatar, an enlightened and awake, a present person. Jesus says, they're eating lunch, I think. Let's finish our lunch. He feels into it. Am I needed right now? He doesn't go into panic ambulance mode with screaming sirens scaring the countryside. He says, no, I'll see Lazarus later. It'll be for the glory of God. And 2 or 3 days later, he goes and sees him and brings him back to life. That's radical freedom. That's radical listening to source and not the programming of the masses. So one of those things you're going to have to get undone. Is it easy? No. Is it torturous at times to undo these programs? Sure. They feel like soul leeches that have literally attached to your spinal column, which is pretty accurate, by the way. Addicted to worry. And the system is predicated on it. It's built on it. Worry, worry, hurry and worry. Stress, push, got to be somewhere else than I am. Instead of one full conscious breath in through the nose, slowly out through the mouth. Settle down. Be still and know that I am, and that there is an outer one, God. Easier said than done. I'm still working on it. All right. So see through the addictive programming in your lives. But the one addicted to worry and hurry is a collective one. It's easier for us, but we can't. Don't blame the cabals or the evil, whoever you think, Draco-reptilian lords or evil, demiurges. Yes, true. All that needs to be exposed. But it's really you. It takes two to tango. You have to be willing to give your power away in order for someone else to be able to lap it up. The reason there's religions where we give all our power away is because we don't want to face the gateways to take our power back. It's too scary. And it has to happen at the right timing. So compassion all around. Be kind. Keep it simple. By the way, if you like these t-shirts, Mr. T's, T-E-E-S, Mr. T-E-E-S.threadless.com. So it's not to push anyone. When we awaken too soon, it's terrifying. It's terrifying. I'm going through it right now. At my level, it's what I'm doing right now is fear. I have to process a lot of fear. And I'm trying to be honest with it in the moment. There's layers to it. All right. Check out the webcasts on the weekends if you're interested. I'm still doing those. TobiasLars.com. These flies are wanting to help me get rid of my darkness. TobiasLars.com. On Sundays, you don't have to attend live. About half the people listen to it later. It's recorded. And it's in the moment. Whoever attends, we do a morphic field in the moment, what topics to do. You're free to ask questions and so forth, or just to lay back and receive healing, whatever you want. All right, much love. More later.